Carla from Sprints, welcome to the Peaceful.
Thank you very much. Yeah, buzzing.
What do you think of the place?
It's very cool. And the rain stopped and the sun's come out, so we're excited. Yeah.
And supporting idols.
Yeah, mad, isn't it?
Are you a fan?
Yeah, I've been a fan. We've all been fans for years. We were just talking about this yesterday. We went to see them in Ivy Gardens in Dublin, I think by 4 or 5 years ago. It was still one of the best gigs I've ever been to, and here we are, opening for them. So
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, your year's been crazy, and now here you are supporting a band that I guess you would call an influence as well.
100%. Yeah. I remember, they were always kind of a major reference point for when we were starting. It was like Idols and Savages, and Talking Heads were always kind of the centre focus points.
That's quite a mix.
It is, yeah. I think, yeah, it is. We've got very diverse interests, but I think it's kind of like the vocal style of David Byrne with the aggression of Idols and Savages, maybe.
I get that now, but I don't think I'd have ever said that compared you to David Byrne.
Yeah, no, I just rip him off really badly. I just always liked the way he spoke his verses and sang his choruses, and I think his way of writing was always really interesting and quirky. But yeah, maybe that reference or that influence is slipping slightly. We've kind of found our own style, I think, now, which works.
Have you got David Byrne's moves?
No, definitely not. But I do have a tattoo of him on my ribs.
Do you?
Well, I've got Talking Heads one here, and I have a Wicked I'm Lazy on my arm. No dance moves, no big suits yet.
I'm a big Talking Heads fan as well,
Yeah.
so I'm very much with you. It's been a kind of really full-on year for you, hasn't
Yeah.
it? You seem to have been playing live non-stop. How are you feeling?
We're tired, I'm not going to lie, but no, it's been amazing. We did 4 months of tour for the album. We had a couple of weeks off, and now we've done, I think this is our 8th weekend of festivals. But it's been amazing. The shows have been getting bigger, the crowds have been getting bigger, and I think we're just like really embracing our first kind of full year of full-time music. So kind of like living the dream. And we're going back to the States in September, so it all feels a bit mad.
Yeah, how is the States? Because it feels like you're getting good traction there.
Really good traction, yeah. I think we were surprised how amazing the March run was in America. So they were just dying to get us back and just to do more of it. I think it was a real like pinch me kind of moment. I mean, counting on one hand kind of the bands from Ireland who've managed to break America or make it out, and obviously looking at people like Fontaines who've managed to really make it internationally. I think there's a real kind of like, if you see it, you believe you can do it kind of thing. So yeah, we're just going to keep going and not stop until they tell us we have to.
I don't know how you're still standing, because I've seen the live show and it is something, it's explosive.
Yeah. Performing live, like that's our bread and butter. That's what we love. Everything we do, we think of it in a live context. We love bands like Idols, Savages, Warm Doucher, like Gilliband. Those kind of really like intensive, sweaty, cathartic shows. So yeah, they're tough on the body, I have to say. We're getting older now.
They're all the kind of shows that I love too, but I don't know how you do it night after night.
Yeah, just lots of Guinness and sleep, I guess.
And how has it been with these guys on the road?
Yeah, terrible. No. No, it's been great. I think, obviously, I think we were talking about this with like Dev and Joe yesterday, that like you kind of lose the run of yourself your first tour. It's a big learning curve. You obviously get a little bit wrapped up in like the rock and roll like idea, but I think we've got a real nice system now. We don't like overindulge, and we take it quite seriously. And obviously, people are paying to come see you, and you want to put on the best performance you can. But it's been amazing. I mean, we haven't killed each other yet. We've basically lived together for the last year.
Yeah.
In cramped spaces and motels, hotels, and vans. So no, it's amazing. We get to tour the world with your 3 best friends. So what more can you really want from life?
You've been doing it 3-4 years before your debut album came out.
Yeah.
That was in January. That's Letter to Self. How did it feel to get that album out there?
Very nerve-wracking. But incredibly rewarding. I think we were a little bit nervous about how it would be perceived. I think obviously it's like a really precious thing that you've made and poured your heart and soul into. But when we started to see some of the reactions of our friends when they heard it, when the reviews started to kind of drip feed in and it was positive, I think we were kind of like, okay, the weight's off. People understand it, they get it, and they appreciate it. And then it was just kind of the joy of being able to see it come to life live.
What were you nervous about?
People not liking it.
Why wouldn't they like it?
Imposter syndrome, Chris.
Is it?
Yeah, it never goes. I don't know. People can be like, music's so subjective, and it should be because tastes are so varied. But I think it was just it would have been tough to have something so personal and I think cathartic and emotive, and for it not to be understood. Yeah. So we're just really happy that people got it.
I wonder. I guess you're working on a second album now. Mm-hmm. I wonder if you can lay yourself so bare a second time around.
I'm just kind of like, what else is there to talk about, really? After I put it all on the table, but yeah, I think it's I think that's always going to be kind of a key focus of the writing, is just to, I think it's quite introspective. I think it makes for interesting subjects to explore, and I often think, I don't know, you kind of just end up writing to understand yourself and the world and what's happening around us better. I don't know if it'll be as personal, but I think it'll always be very honest.
Do you think you're a good fit to be playing with idols?
Yeah, I'd like to. I mean,
yeah,
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I say that thinking about the sound of that first album, mm-hmm. and there's something I think that compares to them, and that is the emotion. There's a raw feel, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's something really beautiful too about the record.
Yeah, do you mean Brutalism, their first album?
I mean, your album.
Our album, yeah.
Yeah, compares very well to Idols.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. That's a great compliment. And I think, yeah, we probably have a very similar approach to writing. It's about emotion, and I think, obviously, we write music that's quite heavy, which can be perceived as angry or aggressive, but I don't think anger is really inherently a negative emotion. It's a way to process, and I think it's also a way to heal. So I think, yeah, looking at Joe and the speeches he was giving last night especially, I think we have a very similar view of the world, probably.
Yeah. Imposter syndrome is almost impossible to ever get over,
yeah.
I think. But do you enjoy having an ever-growing fan base?
Yeah, obviously. It's pretty fun. Like, it's fun to play bigger shows and to see people. I think just seeing people connect to the music is a bit mad. Like, I think when we started Sprints, we didn't really know where it was going to take us. And it's taken us everywhere from, like, Cardiff, Halifax to New York and to LA. And in the new year, we're going to Jamaica. So it's just it's a privilege to have a platform and be able to do this for a living. And yeah, we've worked really hard. So it's great to see. I think it's the one career where you have a very tangible, like, view of your hard work paying off, because you can physically see the people grow and the crowds grow and the tickets sell. So it's really rewarding, and I think it really spurs and pushes you on to keep going.
Wise words. Enjoy the show.
Thank you so much. Cheers.